Hey guys, how's it going? So I got a bunch of requests for soups. I posted a few on my stories. You can look down on my feed. I love soup. As you see, I'm already in my sweater. I don't love the cold. I'm born for like 90 degrees and sunny, but gotta make do with my New York weather. So soup it is. Every single night I have a different kind of soup. I'm gonna make a split pea soup tonight, and I'm gonna give you some options to just make it the full meal. So we're gonna get started. As you see here, I have everything chopped so beautifully. And guess what? I didn't spend 2 hours chopping because my handy dandy Xylus chopper did it all for me. Probably took 15 minutes, not even, for all of this. Yes, I did my potatoes, carrots, my leek, celery, onions, everything was chopped in this. If you guys like soup and you're gonna be making it a lot, you know, we always need a base of chopped veggies. I tell you, just go for this and get it. You'll thank me later. Okay, so we're gonna start with a pot. I'm just gonna put around 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little less than 1.5 tablespoons. We're gonna add 1 chopped onion, 4 garlic cloves chopped, right into there. I have 4 stalks of celery, right in there. And I have 1 leek, both the green and the white. Yes, I put it in my Xylus also. All right, so we're gonna get it in there and we're going to get it on a medium flame and we're gonna saute it. I'll tell you what, if you wanna just like whip this up, because a lot of people have split pea, carrots, potatoes, stuff like that in the house, a leek is okay if you leave it out. The onion, garlic, celery, I would say are non-negotiable. I'll even let you know if you don't have celery, probably okay if you opt out. It gives it a really good flavor though, so I would suggest celery. The leek, if you don't have it, you don't want to go buy it, don't worry about it. Just leave that out. So you have 1 onion, 4 garlic cloves, 1 leek, and 4 stalks of celery. Okay, great. So we're gonna saute that up. And while that's sauteing until fragrant, I'm actually gonna add now a little bit of salt. So let's add half a teaspoon of salt and a full teaspoon of cumin. I know it's a polarizing flavor, but I love it, and I find it gives it a subtle flavor that won't overpower, but it's just delicious. So it is a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of salt. We will keep adding salt kind of as we go, and also at the end, we'll taste and adjust accordingly. All right, so as that's sauteing, I do want to give you guys the option. So you can kind of, I'm gonna make the soup parve and plain. So you can go ahead and do that, serve it as a side. I'm gonna make this big batch parve, and I'm gonna make some chicken on the side for dinner and add it into the soup, but I'm gonna leave it in case anyone wants to heat it up for lunch. You know, we got 2 kids home now, Zooming, so they may want some for lunch without the chicken. But the options are beef or chicken. You probably can even add some roasted chickpeas on top. That's delicious. Take a can of chickpeas, throw it in the oven, some olive oil, salt, again, cumin, cinnamon, or you can do smoked paprika. You can just do salt and pepper. Drizzle it on top like croutons. Awesome. Beef or meat. So either you have leftover chicken or meat, and this is an awesome way to use it. Make your soup, shred your chicken or beef, put it right on top, mix it in, delicious. I'm gonna show you quickly how to just take some chicken that I have lying around, get it ready for the soup. It doesn't really need seasoning. I'm gonna cook it almost like a chicken soup. And this is sauteing. Don't forget to stir. Alrighty, looking good, smelling delish. You can smell the cumin right away, my favorite. Okay, so I have here some chicken drumsticks. You can use any kind, these are skinless. You can use any kind of chicken you want. Breast, dark meat chicken, thighs, anything you want, go ahead and use it. All I'm doing is I'm putting it in this pot with water and salt, and I'm bringing it to a boil. And if you guys ever followed, this is how I make my like pulled chicken, like really quickly. I'll use chicken breast. I put it in a pot with water, bring it to a boil, let it cook, and then I shred it and put barbecue sauce. This, I'm just gonna shred and put it right into the soup before serving. So this is a really good way to get your chicken done quickly, not too much flavor to compete with the soup. All right, so I'm gonna fill this with water. I'm gonna get it on the stove with some salt, bring it to a boil, and let it just cook till it's finished. I'll count for you. Okay, so I have the chicken in the pot. My base of my split pea soup is sauteing. It smells perfect. Everything's starting to get fragrant. I'm gonna go ahead in the rest of the ingredients. So we have here 3 potatoes cut up. Again, I used my chopper so I didn't have to cut it. Potatoes go right in there. I have 5 carrots chopped up nice and thin. And if you are chopping by hand, don't worry about getting it super, super thin. It's totally fine to have bigger chunks. And I have here about roughly 2 cups, 1 16-ounce bag of green split peas. That's going right in there. We're gonna add another half a teaspoon of salt just to that vegetable. Perfect. Mix that up. Yum. Honestly, with a little bit of chicken, protein, vegetables, some beans, this is a full meal. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat this. Okay, now we're gonna add the water. Okay, so now I have all the vegetables in. It's time to add our liquids. You can just use plain water. You can use, I'm using this Imagine Vegetarian or chicken broth because I want to leave it part. But go ahead, delish, add some chicken stuff. Ooh, you know what would be really good? The water that I'm boiling the chicken in is gonna end up having super chicken flavor. If you wanna wait or do that ahead in the morning, have the chicken broth, kind of what it's cooking in, add it to that. It will be amazing and delicious and such a nice layer of flavor to this soup. I'm gonna go without it, but I like that idea. So I'm gonna use this chicken broth. This is 4 cups, and I'm gonna add in 6 more cups of water. I wouldn't go for 10 full cups of this. I do think it is a little overpowering. So I'm gonna add this whole box, which is 4 cups. Okay, 4 cups, and then I'm gonna add 6 more cups of water for a total of 10 cups of liquid total. So if you're using chicken broth, I don't know if you have bone broth, beef broth, any kinds of broth will do. We want 10 cups total. We're gonna give that a mix, and this is it for our soup. And what's nice about green split peas is you don't need an immersion blender. They are gonna end up getting mushy, and the soup is good as is. We'll have a delicious with lentils, vegetables, and then we'll add our chicken in, or chickpeas, or beef. It will be delicious. Even some flanken in here. I actually, if we want to digress a minute, if you want to do flanken, oh my God, amazing. I would brown your flanken first in the olive oil before adding any vegetables. I would then take it out, season the flanken, put it in, brown it, take it out, go through all the steps we did, all the vegetables, etc., in the bits, scraping up the bits of the browned beef, putting it back in, and actually right now, letting it cook out with it for like a few hours, take it out, shred it, put it back in. Oh wow, that sounds amazing. I think that will be dinner next week. All right, we're gonna let this come to a boil. At that point, we're gonna cover and let it simmer for about an hour, hour and a half, and I'll see you guys when it's ready. Okay, it's been about 40 minutes, not done yet, but look how hearty and delicious. The split pea are getting a little bit looser, starting to get mushy. We still have time to go on that. I'm gonna put back the cover and check it in again in about 20 minutes, half hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. It's looking amazing. It still needs some time. I also suggest right now tasting it. I actually added about another teaspoon and a half of salt. It depends. It needs more salt. So I would, if you're watching this through, I'd probably add a full teaspoon in the beginning, taste it at the end, and add another teaspoon for sure. And what I'm gonna do now, I decided to add the chicken, and now I think it's really gonna add some flavor and be delish. Okay, so I kind of flipped the camera around. I have my chicken here, so I put it again in a pot of boiling water with a little bit of salt, and I boiled it for 35 minutes. Chicken is completely cooked through, and I'm gonna shred it. I have my legs here. Again, you can use any cut of chicken you want. I'm gonna shred it, and I'm just gonna add it into the soup now while it cooks, and then I'm gonna probably let it go for at least another half hour. So I'm gonna get all this shredded up, add it to the chicken, and I'll see you guys in a little. Okay, chicken was shredded and put back in. This looks so good, hearty, good for these freezing cold days. You know, stick to your bones kind of deliciousness. All right, so I'm gonna let that cook for at least another half hour. We'll check back, see if it's done. And again, season to taste and season accordingly. I will also finish this off with a little cumin. Okay. So it's been an hour and a half total. It's ready. The chicken, again, I put in like 20 minutes, half hour ago. Really no set rule. This looks so good. My daughter actually came downstairs and asked if she could have some as a snack because the whole house smells amazing. Really, I don't know what else you need. This is just everything in a bowl. All right, bon appetit.